Ferme les yeux.
Ça y est.
Merci. J'aime bien te regarder les yeux fermés. Je te sens respirer. Tu me manques.
Toi aussi.
Pars tout seul?
Hein?
Tu parles à qui?
La personne?
Bah si, tu pars tout seul.
Tu t'enfuis ou quoi? Oui. Je suis roulée. J'ai envie de voir la mer. Quand on part faire un voyage, ça prend du temps.
Ça prend du temps.
Il faut aller loin, très loin.
Il faut aller loin, très loin.
Ein Kind bewegt sich, ein Kind lacht, ein Kind läuft, ein Kind macht 1000 Sachen, du Arschloch! Tu vas croire, je suis partie une semaine, puis 6 mois, et puis laissera tomber.
T'as foutu le camp, d'accord. Mais t'es...
C'est pas moi qui suis partie. Si maman elle revient, elle reviendra pas.
Elle est jolie, votre voiture.
Et moi, je fais quoi? La tomate farcie? C'est pas né. Tu vas pas toujours rester petite.
Quel est le dernier moment où vous avez eu contact avec eux?
Oh my, what a pleasure it is. Enchanté, monsieur.
Enchanté. Welcome.
You seem very happy to talk about this film.
Oh, thank you.
Are you happy? Is it a film you're very excited to talk about?
I'm excited that it's coming out in the States. I mean, how lucky I am.
Yeah.
Films now, I mean, are rare. And I mean, this is extraordinary. Really very, very precious for me. And Vicky Krieps is coming too in September. And it's really such an honor that Lorber and Wendy wanted to release this film. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, the film is incredible. The film is remarkable, precious, and it's a beautiful film. And, you know, I was a little intimidated, Matthew. Well, first of all, because I'm such a fan of yours, and I've been, and not only of your acting, but your directing as well. I mean, I was telling my girlfriend how The Diving, the Butterfly, one of my favorites, The Blue Room, another favorite. And so, you know, when we watched this together, actually, we both were really like blown away, or just really moved by the film. So I was I was a little intimidated also, because I didn't really know how to I talk about film so much, but I didn't know how to talk about this without giving away, because the film is very unique in that it's about a woman who is experiencing something that's not happening. Yeah. Or something that's happening in great part in her imagination. So it's hard to talk about it, and you don't want to give away these details, because it's all of something that's unraveling, right, for the viewer. So how do you talk about this film? Tell me. Dites-moi.
Oui. Me too. I was afraid of it at the beginning. I thought the film, the muscle of the film, would be the secret, you know, a bit like Usual Suspect. But
right.
When the film was released in France, it was the moment where the cinema opened again. And I spent 3 months going in a lot of cities and meeting the audience and the public. And I discovered that the muscle wasn't the secret. It was more strange. It was like what they were experiencing was exactly the same trajectory than the character of Clarisse. That means, in fact, they feel that what they see, what she is not exactly reality. There must be something behind. They guess quite quickly what is behind that they prefer to forget, like her. So let's not stay in reality and let's make them live. And what about if the girl becomes a great pianist and we continue beyond the death and we make them grow, or my husband that I didn't desire anymore becomes sexy again, and I just miss his hair, or I miss something of him, and
his love handles, or his
well, there's love handles. Maybe he didn't have them, and at the time,
right? She gave them to him in a sense, right? Yeah.
That's why we made Arieh lose his hair a bit, and like if he had aged, and my girls and my boy had aged, and that's what they experienced. So I had a lot of difficulty to do the synopsis of the film. That's why I found that simple sentence. It seems to be the story of a woman who's leaving.
Right.
But then people who saw it twice also love to go through all the things that are already there, that are said after 7 minutes, and that they imagined. In fact, they had forgotten.
Yeah.
We can share. In fact, there is not. It has to do with denial. It's sure. It has to do with a phantom film. It has to do with melodramatic film. Yes.
I know you watched a lot of Douglas Sirk and other many films.
Yes, Japanese films, because I find the way the Japanese live with their dead quite beautiful. And I also thought of, that's why there is the Robert Bechtle paintings that are so close to reality. And for me, the gesture of Clarisse is very close to this need of redoing reality, how it was exactly. And it's like a religious gesture. And all those things just mixed. And some people just prefer to forget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think so. I agree. It's called Hold Me Tight. Should have said that at the beginning, but we'll show the trailer. I'll show the trailer at the beginning, Matthew. And it's based on a play. And I wonder, by Claudine Galéa?
Yes, Galéa, yes.
Galéa. Je reviens de loin.
Yeah.
I can speak a little French, so especially if I'm reading it.
I come back from far, that means in French. Je reviens
Say it again. Translate again.
I'm coming back from far.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sure. And that makes sense. And she does. I mean, you know, we see that. What was I going to say? Oh, so tell me the structure of the play. You said I believe from what I've read, you saw the play, or no, you read the play actually. Somebody gave you the play. You didn't even see it, right?
It has never been performed.
Oh, it hasn't?
No, never had been played. It's a play that was written 17 years ago by Claudine, and it was never on stage.
Wow.
A friend wanted to do it, and life is sometimes cruel. Something in his life happened that he couldn't do that play anymore. So he gave me that book, like to say goodbye to his project. And I read it in a train and I cried. And yes, in the structure of Claudine's play, there is the belief that a woman is leaving a house.
Right.
What I changed is only the fact that in Claudine's play, it was a final twist.
Got it.
And
in other words,
right.
In other words, the revelation of what's going on, and we're keeping it nice and vague for people, so they they not just so they'll come and see the film and to tease them into it, but more so that those who choose to go will get such a great deal of satisfaction from how it reveals itself. So the revelation, the revealing, happens about a third of the way into the film, maybe. Or you will come upon, you'll figure it out, something about what's going on.
It's quite strange because there's the memory of people who see the film, who think it's at the two-thirds in the film, but in fact, you see reality after exactly 25 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's strange, but
yeah,
it's organic.
Yeah.
We need to forget it, because if we don't forget it, we can't continue to live. It's like when you are in a love separation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You need craziness, you need delirium to continue to believe that it's not true, that the person still loves you. And you can convince yourself that the person, in fact, still loves you. And you need it, because then you just fall, and it's quite close. And that's what I liked in Claudine play, is that there is what you think is a love separation that is in fact something else. But yeah, it's in Claudine's play, yes, it was the story of a woman leaving and abandoning her children and her husband till almost the last sentence. And that's how I wrote the script. And because we shot the film in 3 periods of time, because of the season, because of the mountain that needed the snow.
Understood. Arrêtez, monsieur. Arrêtez.
Wait, sorry. And so we would edit the film between those periods.
Oh, I see.
We could react as a spectator. And I felt that I wanted to give to Clarisse back the film. The puppeteer wasn't me. It had to be her, because in fact, everything that you see in the film, except some moments of reality, it's her doing those shots. It's her editing the film. She's doing the film.
So is she going to be nominated then? Her Clarisse will be nominated for Best Editor, and
she should be, absolutely. And best,
or for
and I would say humor also. She has a lot of humor in her imagination. In fact, I was in love with her gesture of imagination, the way she imagines things.
Yeah, no, she and oh my gosh. So what's that?
She doesn't cry.
No.
She tries to see something that could be beautiful.
Well, crying would be
had to be real.
If she cried, it would be a way of recognizing the truth of what she. I mean, she, which of course we know happens, but the film is also, it's called Hold Me Tight, the English. I like the French title better, but that's okay.
It's the same. Serre-moi fort. Yeah.
And it was, we should mention that it was at the Cannes, premiered at Cannes,
yes.
Had its world premiere at Cannes.
Yes.
And then it was Rotterdam, and now it's going to be a film. Oh, was it part of also the Lincoln Center film at Lincoln Center's Rendezvous with French Cinema?
Absolutely.
And it's going to be playing at Lincoln Center, is it not? Or is it?
Yes.
Okay. And at the Angelika.
Also another cinema.
The Angelika, I believe.
Right.
Yes. And if you're downstairs, by the way, you can hear the rumbling of our metro.
I know that cinema. No, it's very moving for me to come to New York and that the film are opening. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't want to put too much emphasis also on the structure in a way, because it reflects her emotional mental state, it's not if to put too much emphasis on this, it almost then it would be you'd think of it as a stunt, and that's why it also works so well that you didn't hide it to the end, because then it would feel a little bit more manipulative. We would feel manipulated rather. Is that what you're? Yeah.
Exactly. No puppeteer. We had to be within the head and the mind and the heart of this beautiful Clarisse, And, you know, this film is a miracle because Vicky Krieps is there.
Yes, I agree with you. She is so.
I mean, it's incredible. She's incredible. She brings laughter and grief in the same sparkle of second. I don't know.
Yeah, and also, I almost feel like this may be the first time you hear this, maybe not, but like she's taking care of us, like, because I don't know, I don't feel like I'm ever also going to be, I feel like she's, you know, responsible to me as a, and maybe it goes back a little bit to that lack of feeling manipulated by the film, because I feel like you really she and you as a filmmaker, as a screenwriter, respect your audience. It feels like, not, I mean, that's why I was so eager to talk to you, because I feel like you got such the right tone on this film. And the pace.
Wasn't, you know, when you do a melodramatic film, what was very important, you have to be at first degree. If you cheat with that, if you use emotion is something that is really disgusting. And so when you say she takes care of us, it really talks to me a lot. I didn't want people to get out of this film like with a like I got, no, it's like the last sentence of the film that you hear. It's let's start again, you know. I think she's gonna be okay. And I think I talked with a lot of people who went through tragedies and things, that they all said that this film sort of helped them. That in fact she gives good tools. And she said, I think I'm going to do like her. I think she's right. Or they said, so I'm not crazy, because I was doing that sort of things too.
Oh, I see. Right.
Delirium, imagination is
it's a way, maybe it's a, well, yeah, I was talking to I was talking to my partner, my girlfriend, on the way here to my where I work, and I was saying, like, it was her way of protecting her sanity.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
You know, this idea of madness, it didn't occur to me. I never thought for a moment that she was, but somebody else might. I mean, they would be a right to have, or justified to think that, perhaps, you know.
Absolutely. But we did film a scene where that was so strong, where Vicky was in a hospital.
Okay.
But
it felt wrong.
We took it out because it was like a separation with the audience. It was like, oh, okay, she's crazy, so I'm insanity. So it's not my story. So no, there has to be this sort of blurriness where the audience is doing the same thing that she is doing, but doesn't have conscious of that immediately. And it's also because it's music. Because in fact, from the play, I would take out almost all the words. And it was the live music of those two girls, little girls playing piano, who are real pianists, and brings a sort of,
clearly it's remarkable,
anger or softness, or, I mean, it's beautiful to film live music. Yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to a concert film from Mathieu Amalric in the future. Listen, merci, monsieur. Merci bien.
Merci à vous. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. It was such a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm glad this came out of almost nowhere for me, because I was like, wanted to talk to you forever. So this is
you are
a very nice
York?
treat. I am actually a little north of New York. Yeah, but I'm a New Yorker. Yeah, I just happen to live now a little north of the city for my own sanity. But that's another conversation.
Oh yeah, I live in Bretagne also. I live outside of Paris too. Yeah.
Understood. Well, again, bonne chance avec le film.
Merci.
And I wish you nothing but success. I think people love it, and they'll probably end up doing the play now that your friend.
There is people in France that might do the play. It's quite difficult to do.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I should let you go, but thank you again. And
you.
I look forward to doing this again with you.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Amy.